Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily if you are new here and do not know me. I am ParadisePlumbobs over here and also on Instagram, and today I decided to go with the challenge. Well, not necessarily today exactly, but for this build I decided to go with the challenge of the honeycomb build, which I have seen quite popular on Instagram these days. Quite a lot of people are doing it, which is essentially a selection of multiple rooms, usually about 7 as I've done here. That's most common, but I've also seen like mini honeycombs done with like 3 rooms or 4 rooms, 5 rooms, something like that. But they're all essentially very small and they're complete cutouts like a little dollhouse, and if you haven't seen them before, essentially they're just different rooms and it's a non-functional build. That being said, I decided what if I did that but made it functional? So that's kind of what I tried to do in this build. So I wanted to create a structure which at one side had the honeycomb on it with a glass ceiling and glass windows as though they were complete cutouts like a dollhouse. Also, you might have noticed by now, but the UI is broken on this that you're watching right now. The UI is broken in the top corner. It's because one of my mods was not updated. It was a couple of weeks ago, because I'm recording in advance. A couple of weeks ago we had a huge patch update when the Blooming Rooms kit came out. As you can see, I also won't be using that kit in here because when I filmed it, it wasn't out. It came out the day after I filmed it and the day before I recorded this, kind of, pretty much, ish. Anyways, all you need to know is it wasn't out then, it's out now. I know what's in it. I've produced a room, an entire plant stall. Just a room. The stall was just a room, okay? It was a challenge. Using that kit, but essentially, yeah, it wasn't out here, so it won't be getting any use in here. So if you're planning to see any nice new plants or anything, if you're still on a high from that kit coming out, word of warning, you're not going to see it here. But if you do want to check out some builds done with that pack, then head on over to my Instagram. The link will be in the descriptions box below and you'll be able to see how pretty the little plant kiosk is. I'm not sure if there's anything else I'm going to be building recently or like upcoming that I will be using that kit for. Probably not. There's quite a lot of limited pack things that I want to be kind of working on or working with. So once those are done, maybe I'll have a look at including that kit a little bit more, but for the time being there's not really much more that I want to do with it other than the little store that I've already done. So for this build, essentially I split it into 7 different rooms and I went with a little outdoor lounge area for this one. There's also a bar, and then on the second floor we have the kitchen, the dining and the living room, and then the 2 rooms above that are the bedroom and the bathroom. I didn't playtest it. I don't playtest most of my builds, so I'm not sure whether it's functional or not, but it's more functional than most of the honeycomb builds that people create, because when people create them they don't put stairs in, they just do the cute little rooms, they don't leave the walls on the outsides, they just kind of put it all together and are like, here you go, it looks cute, aesthetics only, which is completely fine. And I would have liked to do that, but when I really thought about like what kind of honeycomb build can I do that's different, I saw people, they do doing them themed. So I've seen like all white honeycomb builds. I've seen very recently one of my favorite Instagram simmers, they did a Japanese themed one. I've seen people doing like a classical sort of like old-fashioned Victorian themed ones, like just really fancy different things. And I thought, what can I possibly do for a honeycomb shell to make it different, that's gonna look different, that's not gonna be, you know, the same as what somebody else has done. I don't want to copy anybody, so I thought maybe I could just do a functional one and put like staircases and things like that in it, put like little back rooms where people can like move up and downstairs, put some like little extra rooms in the shade in there. And actually, when I first started filming this video, obviously you didn't get to see any of it, but I started filming it as though I was going to build it in Mount Komorebi, up on up in the mountains where there's all the snow and it looks really pretty, and you can look out over the beautiful Japanese inspired city and it just looks so pretty. And as soon as I'd done like the shell, I started putting the windows in, and I realized that as you're building that, the windows go frosty so you can't see inside. So I thought, okay, that kind of defeats the object to be doing it here. Maybe I can find somewhere, because the theme that I went for the interior design, as you can see, is kind of like Scandi inspired. It's quite clean, neat, minimal, modern, beige, white, cream, like those kind of colors. So I wanted to kind of go with like a little, almost like a little finish, not finishes in like the end, or like the, you know, like finishes in Finland, like they're kind of like, or a Swedish kind of vibe, you know, making it really modern, minimalistic, neat, and in a cold country where it just looks really scenic and pretty, and having that kind of like vibe. And because all my Pinterest inspiration pictures, that's where you will find literally, well, you won't find it because they're not private boards. Anyways, you won't find it because I have a totally different name on there, and you will never know what it is. Don't go snooping, okay? Don't go looking, because if you find my boards, you're essentially going to know what it is that I'm going to be building. So let's not do that, because I don't want to look like I'm just copying from like real life houses. But essentially the Pinterest board that I was using for this looked a certain way, and I thought, where else would this build look good? It's all modern, it's these kind of colours, and I thought, to be fair, the place that it would probably look best is if I made it slightly more warm, slightly more tropical, and put it in Sulani. So here we are, that's why we're here. Let me just have a little sippy sip. I say a sippy sip, and then I just drank like straight up like half a mason jar of juice. I say juice, but I'm about to tell you that I am slightly juiced, you know, in Sims terminology. I went out for dinner with my friend, and I had pizza, and I had a glass of nectar. Obviously not real nectar. Just ignore me, okay? I'm kind of drunk. But but what I'm saying is, yeah, I haven't had a drink in quite a while, so it's affected me more than I thought it would have. It was a big glass as well, so maybe that's got something to do with it. So at the moment, I'm just not really feeling very... I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk, I can promise you that, hand on my heart. But I'm a little bit wavy. Let's just say, a little bit wavy. I don't really know why I was telling you that. I can't remember. See? That's what I mean, wavy. Oh yeah, I did consider doing this as a limited pack build, but ultimately because it was such a unique concept, and because I had such like vivid ideas of what I wanted it to look like inside by the end, I just thought I'm just gonna go ahead and use all of the packs. I don't want to be trying too hard to make it the way I want it to look with limited packs, because there's so many different things that I want to use in here. Obviously, you'll be able to see now looking at it, the main packs used are like Dream Home Decorator, Eco Living, Spa Day, a little bit of the Tiny Home Stuff Pack, as you can see with the with the little tables, Spa Day and Eco Living, table and chairs in the dining room again. There's quite a bit of the industrial loft kit here, there and everywhere, obviously with the rug in this part, and then the light in the bar which was hanging down as well. More eco lifestyle stuff. There's a lot. There's basically just a lot. There is a teeny tiny little bit that I put in of Journey to Batuu, the Star Wars pack. I always forget what it's called here with that little thing, just to sort of funky up the mirror slightly. But that's essentially what I did with it. And I thought it came out looking cool. There's not that much Batuu stuff, so if you don't have that pack, I know a lot of people didn't buy it. They didn't want it. They just thought, like, there is no way I'm ever buying that. And that's perfectly fine. If you don't have it, there's like only 1 or 2 items that will be missing. There is not a huge amount. Although I think on the second floor I do put in like the stone flooring from it. I believe it's from that pack anyway. It looks really good, but again, if that's missing, it's not really a huge problem. If that's the pack that you're missing primarily, then don't even worry about it. There are little bits and bobs from all sorts of different packs in here. I should probably have double checked which ones, which packs are needed. But I will make a little list down in the descriptions box below, so that if you want to check if you have enough packs to install it, then you can have a little look there. But I would say that the main ones you're going to need are obviously base game, eco lifestyle, dream home decorator, spa day, and I would say that's probably about it. Obviously for the shower you're going to need the I think it came with University, that one, did it? The one that's built into the wall? I believe it was University, so you would need that pack as well. If not, just to replace it with something from Snowy Escape. Aside from that, pretty much everything else in here isn't that. There's a few things here and there, like the little city living candle, or like just something random from another pack. I don't really know, but essentially I think it all came out looking just as I wanted it to look. Again, I think that bed's from Snowy Escape, is it not? Just things like that. I think there's something in here from like Vintage Glamour as well. But yeah, essentially just, I didn't want to limit the packs because of how many different things I wanted to make in here and how specific I wanted it to look. And with it being such a unique build, it wasn't something that I wanted to challenge myself on what I could make certain items from certain packs do. More so, I wanted to challenge myself on how I could make the build both look good, fit in with its environment, the kind of place that it's in. You know, obviously with it having like glass windows and a glass roof and everything, that was kind of tricky. But also to make it functional, to make it a livable space, and to have the majority of the amenities in it that people would want to be using or would need to be using. Obviously the kitchen was fine because it had a fridge, it has a little stove top. I don't think I put an oven in, but I'm pretty certain there's a stove top and a sink. They can cook. No need to worry about that. The bathroom has a shower, a bath, a toilet, a sink. The bedroom, it has a bed and a wardrobe, so all your necessities are there. There's obviously places to entertain your guests downstairs in the bar area or the little outdoor seating area, but obviously in terms of entertainment it's slightly lacking. When we move up into these back rooms, I nearly said upstairs, but into the back rooms, because a little bit, as you're just about to see here, we do add like a few little things in here. So I think the downstairs area, it gets like a little zen corner, which my friend actually suggested, because once I'd done the first few rooms, I'd got all my inspiration from Pinterest for that. I didn't realize how big the back rooms were going to be until I'd actually constructed it in Sims on this video here. So I said to my friend, like, what can I put in each of these? And she said to me, well, the third floor would be cute since it's open air for like a little picnic area outside, like a little table and chairs. So we do that in a bit. The second area, maybe like a piano, some music things, like a little music area for them to entertain their guests or whatever. And then downstairs, maybe like a little zen garden. So I thought, okay, that sounds like a great idea. Thank you very much, Kerry. So I started getting to work on it, and it ended up actually looking really nice, really neat, and really cute. The zen area, it looked wonderful. Like I said, you'll see it in a minute. We begin to orchestrate it downstairs once we've got all the flooring in how we want it. Boop boop biddy biddy doo. Shoot the flooring in and put some little walls around these staircases. And then you'll see that downstairs we do a little zen area. We put a little meditation stool in, some candles. See, there we go. We put like a big rock in it and everything. You'll see in a second what I kind of mean. And then I think in the other corner underneath the stairs, we end up putting like a little fountain in, which just looked so cute. And I thought this entire area just looked adorable. Obviously I had to like put some seating in because as you walk through the door you need somewhere to take off your shoes. I should probably have put some like little shoe cupboards in underneath there. I didn't, but hey ho. I instead just found like a little panel which actually fit, and I put that along to just kind of try and make it look a little bit more sleek. And I think that kind of worked. So that was the downstairs area. Filled it up with a little bit of sand around the fountain, and I think it just came out looking really cute. The second floor I put in, you will see again, like I said in just a second, that I put in, as she'd suggested to me, a piano and a microphone. But then I ended up putting them like into one particular corner, and I was like, I don't really know what else I can put in here. So I just kind of played around with the space a little bit. And I ended up putting in some mirrors as well, kind of opposite the piano, divided them up with these little eco lifestyle wall things. I don't even know what you would call those. And then just for a little bit of fancy, I ended up putting some lights on them, some little wall lights, again from the eco lifestyle pack. And I just kind of assorted them randomly across the entirety of the mirror. And wow, I can't even begin to explain how much I love the way that this came out looking. I just thought it was like so unique, so individual and so different, and I just really kind of ended up loving it. And then for this little area over here, I kind of went with like seating and a TV. I kind of thought we've got no entertainment whatsoever in like the main living area. But then I did kind of think like maybe it's going to get too hot in there and you don't want the sun glaring on your TV screen, preventing you from being able to watch it. And so obviously with there being like two walls just completely glass, I had to put it against a wall that wasn't. So I put it in this little room where there's no windows, just so it looked a little bit more realistic, like you would actually sit there and watch it. Put a nice big wraparound chair and obviously the decorations all in that room there, and I think it came out looking just great. And then for the third floor, like I said, we wanted to go for like a little picnic area, and so I knew exactly what I was going for with that, and it was a very simple thing of literally just the bench with the nice little fur rugs thrown over it, and of course the little barbecue in the corner. And then for the outside, I thought the only thing that needs adding onto here is like a little bit of obviously the lights on the wall and then like a little bit of greenery. So I added the plants and then that was basically it. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Stick around whilst I show you the little clips, the little pictures of how it all came out looking in the end. And I hope if you want it, it's on the gallery. Forgot to say that. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I will love you and leave you, and I will see you next time. Not really sure what we're doing next time. Haven't really planned that far ahead. I think it's either going to be a student's house or something Christmassy, depending on if we're in December yet or not. I don't know. I don't keep track of time. See you later. Bye bye.